Right, we've had a look at adding and subtracting fractions. Let's just go over and make sure we're happy with that. Let's take my fingers, for example. I have got 10 fingers. So if I'm going to do anything with my fingers, my denominator is going to be 10, isn't it? The demon denominator down at the bottom. So out of a possible 10 fingers, how many of them are thumbs? Pause. So as a fraction, I have 2 out of 10 fingers are thumbs. So 2/10 of my fingers are actually thumbs. Okay, let's have a look at something else with my fingers. What fraction of my fingers have a ring on it? What fraction of my fingers have a ring on it? Pause. That's right. 1 out of 10 of my fingers have a ring on it. Okay, so 1/10 of my fingers have a ring on it. If my question was, what fraction of my fingers are either thumbs or have a ring on it? So what fraction of my fingers are either thumbs or have a ring on it? That would be 2/10 and 1/10. So that would be 3/20, right? Wrong. You're right. That's not right, is it? It's 3/10 because there are still 10 fingers. The denominator hasn't changed. Okay, 2 out of 10 are thumbs, 1 out of 10 have rings on them. So 3 out of 10 have either thumbs or have rings on them. Okay, 3/10. Okay, now today we're looking at finding fractions of amounts. So here I have got 12 beads. Now if I went back to my fingers for a second and I've got 10 fingers, I want to find half. Well, what I'm going to do is, let's say I start with my fingers, so half of 10. When I find a fraction of something, I divide by the denominator and then I times by the numerator. So let's have a look, what do I mean by that? 10 divided by 2 equals 5 times the numerator times 1 equals 5. Okay, so half of my fingers are 5. Okay, what if I wanted to find 1/5 of my fingers? 1/5 of 10. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. Can't do my maths. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. Times the numerator times 1 equals 2. So 1/5 of my fingers is 2. Let's have a look. Let's put them into fifths. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, 1/5 of my fingers is 2. Let's have a look up here with these beads then. Half of the beads, well, 12 divided by 2 is 6, times 1 is 6. Let's just check that that's right. Oh yeah, half of the beads would be 6 beads. Let's have a look at this. 1/3 of the beads. Well, 12 divided by 3 equals 4, times 1 equals 4. Let's have a look at that. Is that right? Let's split them into thirds. Oh yeah, look. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. How many thirds makes a whole? Pause. Hopefully from the other video you'll remember that 3/3 equals the whole. So 3/3 of this is 12. So 1/3 equals 4. 2/3 equals 8. 3/3 equals 12. Okay? Right. That's quite simple. We could do this as well. What's a quarter of 12? Well, 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 1 equals 3. So a quarter, let's just check that that's right. Split it into quarters. Oh yeah, there's 3 in each. Now, let's level this up a little bit because it's quite easy to find those simple fractions. What if I wanted to find 3/4 of 12? Well, let's remember our technique. We always divide by the denominator and times by the numerator. Okay? In other words, DDTN. Divide denominator times numerator. DDTN. You must remember that. Say DDTN. DDTN. Good. Divide by the denominator times by the numerator. Let's put that somewhere nice and clear. DDTN. Okay, what's 3/4 of 12? Well, let's take 12. Let's divide by the denominator. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. And then let's times by the numerator. TN. Times 3 equals 9. So, 3/4 of 12 equals 9. Let's just check that's right. here, let's rub these ones out. Here is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 of 12, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, that is correct. Let's try something else then. What would 2/3 of 12 be? 2/3 of 12. So 2/3 of 12. Remember, D, D, T, N. So let's divide by the denominator. So we've got 12 dividing by the denominator, DD. So 12 divided by 3 equals 4. And then we're going to Tn times by the numerator, which is 2. 4 times 2 equals 8. So I'm saying that 2/3 of 12 equals 8. Let's check if that's right. Let's split this up into thirds. There is 2/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brilliant. DDTN has helped us to find fractions of amounts. So this is what I'd like you to do. I'm going to give you a few questions. Finding fractions of amounts. Let's have, what are 2/3 of 33? What are 4/5 of 25? And shall we do a nice easy one? We'll have 3/4 of 100. Should not be too hard, I don't think. If they are, we'll make them a little bit easier as well. Can you have a little go? Pause. Right, let's follow our method for each of these. And we always said DDTN to find out. DDTN to find out. So, 33 divided by the denominator, 3. What's 33 divided by 3? I hope you know it equals 11. Now we're going to times t by the numerator, 2. 11 times 2 equals 22. Okay, let's try this one. D, D, T, N. So our amount is 25. 25. We're going to divide by the denominator, divide by 5. Now equals 5. Now we're going to times by the numerator, times 4. 5 times 4 equals 20. That's my answer. 4/5 of 25 is 20. 3/4 of 100. Let's have a look at this. So, DDTN. So, 100 divided by 4 equals 25. 25 times the numerator times 3. 25 times 3 equals 75. Okay? Shouldn't have been too tricky. So, this is the method. This is what you need to remember when you're finding fractions of amount. DDTN. Doesn't matter what fraction you're finding, you always divide by the denominator, the demon denominator at the bottom, times by the nice numerator at the top, and you will find the answer. Okay? Rewind back to another page if you want to model it. If you want to find any work of your own on this, all you need to do is Google fractions of amounts, and make sure you always put in on Google KS2 for Key Stage 2 afterwards, or if you're in Key Stage 1, put KS1, okay, or if you're in secondary, put KS3, okay? So Key Stage 2, and Google will then find you so many resources. There are so many sheets for you to practice this. Finding fractions of amounts. Off you go.